Hello Gemini, thank you so much for joining me for the November of 2021 Taroscope. This is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. I have over 30 years professional experience in the metaphysical field. I create decks, books, and other good things, but today we're going to be using one of my creations, my designs, is the Rock and Roll Tarot deck. Next we're going to move over and pull an animal totem card for you from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle. And then finally, if you are Patreon level 2, we're going to do 4 clarifiers from the Hobbit Tarot. Okay, I'm going to change it up completely for my regular viewers. I'm going to try to do something completely different. I had this big epiphany. Many of you know I offer the year ahead readings, and many of you have already started ordering, and I'm really appreciating that. The most popular reading of the year. And then I decided I was going to put out a general version, but in the same format as I use for the year ahead readings. So, if you don't want to, you just want to get a general reading for the upcoming year, $5, okay. Or if you just want to kind of get an idea of what the year ahead readings look like, it's in the same format, so you can kind of get an idea. So then it just dawned on me, it's like I'm not doing the same format that I do in my personal readings at all on YouTube. I don't know why I just started. I was the very first tarot reader on YouTube, and I just started laying them out in rows. And that's how a lot of readers still today do it. They don't do it in a traditional way. So I'm just like, well, I'm going to try to do it. This is the way I actually do a reading if you get a personal reading, like the 1 or 2 question reading. So it's very different from what I've been doing in the past on YouTube. So what I do is I start with the traditional Celtic Cross, and then what I do is I go through and find you in the cards, and then we look at the cards that surround you, and that's the reading. That's the meat of the reading. Now, I've been doing this for decades this way. This is my own creation. I don't know anybody else who's ever done it, but we'll see what happens after I post it. But so you're Gemini. So if I were doing a personal reading for you, if you were a female, if you identify as female, I would be looking for the Queen of Swords. And if you identify as male, I'd be looking at the King of Swords. So since this is a general reading, we'll do whoever shows up first. But first we'll do the Celtic Cross. Okay, so this is for Gemini sun signs, Gemini rising signs, Gemini moon sign, or anybody who, cross watchers, or people who just have a lot of Gemini in their chart. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to cut 3. This is how I would do it traditionally. And there'll be no reversals in the cards, although I may read some of the cards more on the negative slant, but we're going to see how it goes. Okay, so we've got, what do we got here? 8 of Swords. Yeah. 6 of Swords, excuse me. Star, Magician. 6 of Rods. Devil. Hermit. Ace of Pentacles. Temperance. 2 of Pentacles, and final outcome is the Emperor. So this is the initial spread. This is the final outcome. But like I said, we're going to go further. I just looked down here and I saw Buddy. So somebody might have somebody that, they goes by the nickname Buddy. This could be coming in for you, or some kind of a message, or somebody who just is a buddy, First card out is the 6 of... Oh, another thing I want to mention real quick before we get too far into reading, there's an eclipses are starting this month. So that's big news too. There's going to be a full moon lunar eclipse on the 19th. And full moon lunar eclipses, these are always things that are about releasing. Why does this look so weird? I can't get this camera kind of aligned correctly. Yeah, so this is always about like releasing, letting something go. So it's a powerful time to let something go. And also that shows in this card because they're coming out of the turbulent water and they're moving on into the smoother sailing. Guided by the light of the star. The star is here. The star wants you to go in a different direction. Don't fight against it. You've got a lot of kind of introspective things going on here in a way. You've got the star right next to the hermit. And that's not your nature, Gemini. Geminis are so talkative and communicative, and you're not really one to be in solitude, but I think that can do you some good this month. Also, this could be just listening to wise advice from other people. There's something that you feel like you're in bondage to, but you're going to be able to, there's going to be opportunity this month to move forward. Then I'm seeing in this transition, I saw sit on it. And that's a goofy, first thing that comes to mind is the old show of the Welcome Back Kotter. That was the thing that those kids said, sit on it. That was their insult. Sit on it. But sit on it can also mean sit on it, wait, don't do anything. And that's another thing that, like if they have an investment, they just sit on it, just wait. And that's another thing that the hermit can talk about, is just Hold on. Let's not do anything drastic. Let's just wait and see. You do have the Magician here, though, so you are feeling really empowered. You know where you want to go. You know the direction that you want to go. And you are putting things together, and you are taking steps towards it. There is something from the past here about the Six of Rods where you were really, you had some sort of acknowledgement. I feel like for a lot of you, this is like maybe something you used to do. Or even in school, like, I was really good at that. I was top in my class. I got that award for that. Why am I not doing that now? Why am I in bondage to this job that I hate, or whatever the hell it is? Or an addiction even, you know. I can beat this. You know, whatever it is, you're going to be able to recapture that in some form or fashion. You know, not only do you have the Star card, but you have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is, you know, more, we've got more of this angelic, this higher force. This could also be your spirit guides too. So you've got a lot of these spirit guides are really there. They're really working with you and working for you. There, if you put yourself out there with the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles is available to you. There is a new job that could come forward for you. Rise, I saw Rise in here somewhere, and the thing that comes to mind is and still we rise. You know, that's I don't remember what that's from. It's from some poem. Might even be Martin Luther King. I'm not sure though. But and still we rise. It's like it's a poem or a speech about being oppressed or oppression or repressed, and still we rise. You know, and I'm feeling like that's your motto for you this month, and still you rise, Gemini. But there's something there, but you're worried that it's maybe not going to pay as much as you'd hope, but don't let that worry hold you back, because it looks like it's going to pay you just fine, and that there's something, you know, it's all this higher spirit stuff is like really leading you to it. Final outcome, Emperor. The Emperor is the person in charge, the boss, whoever, so it could be like they're the one that's hiring you and paying you the good dollars or whatever, or it could be that you yourself are rising to that position of rise. I keep getting rise. I got to write that down. I'm going to put rise. I don't know what else I'll put with it, but that's what I'm getting for you. But this could be you becoming the Emperor. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to start laying out cards until we come up with whoever shows up first, the King or the Queen. And I'm not going to read every card, because there's going to be a ton of cards here. We're not going to go over and read every single card. Some may pop out at me. It is a psychic reading, so some, especially if you get a personal reading, definitely some will pop out at me. But for this, that's not what we're looking at everything. We're looking at where's the King or the Queen of Swords. So whenever they show up, that's when we're going to, there you are, King of Swords. So we're going to finish this row, and then we're going to put one row below. There's the Queen of Swords also, so either one doesn't matter. Okay, so here we go. I mean, you are surrounded in swords. I'm not gonna, you know, lie about it. It's right here in front of your face. Hello. You've got 9 of Swords. You've got 3 of Swords. You've got 10 of Swords. 4 of Swords. So there is stress. There is stress surrounding you, and there is, you know, some tension is building, and that's not surprising as we move into eclipse season. Actually, you know, it's not surprising at all. But you've got somebody right here, right by your side. I'm hearing your right-hand man, your rock, your Knight of Pentacles. They may be somebody a little bit younger than you. They may be an earth sign person, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo. They may show up right around that eclipse in Taurus. That's highly likely, you know. But they're definitely somebody that's going to help you weather the storm and help you see through it. You're going to come out okay financially. If some of you are worried about, well, oh, it's, you know, there's financial things going on, my company's freaking out, my boss is freaking out, or, you know, whatever the turbulence you're feeling as this eclipse energy is bubbling up, don't worry, you're going to be okay financially if you are concerned about that. You've been really carrying a heavy load. It's time, I feel like also you've been carrying a load all along yourself, and it's time to let others help you. It may be in the form of delegating authority, it may be just in the form of talking to somebody, like saying, you know, this came up for somebody else too. Able. This guy is perfectly able of handling, or girl, it could be, none of these are genders, so it could be anybody. They're perfectly able of handling, and then I'm seeing Lego. So Lego could be, you know, like Lego blocks or whatever, but it could also just be like let go, you know, let go. they're perfectly able of handling some of this for you, and it's going to make things easier for you. Right below you, well, let's look at right above you, you have the Wish card and the World and the Empress here. So beautiful, beautiful energy. But in order to make the transition into these new things, there's going to be some restructuring of your life, or of maybe of your company for some, because the actual term restructuring really did come through pretty strong here. Chariot is below you, though. You have, and still we rise, we rise. Chariot is all about that. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's also about moving on, and that was the very first card. It's moving on, or traveling, or journeying. Some of you may be completely moving to a new place, relocating, because you had the very first card was that travel card, the sword card, and then you have the chariot here, and then the 4 of rods is a change in your home environment or change in your work environment. And then you have the Ace of Cups there. So it's something you really enjoy. It's something worth fighting for. I mean, I'm going to put worth fighting for as your title, maybe. I'm putting it down. We'll see what ends up in there later. I always change it. Worth fighting for. I think it is worth fighting for. It's going to be difficult, but it's worth doing. Okay, we did that. Now we're going to go ahead and get your animal totem. Again, don't forget, I do have the year ahead. Thanks for everybody who's been ordering. I know many of you order them every year. It's always my most popular reading. You really get a lot of bang for your buck. I never raise the price on it, and it's always really popular, so check it out if you're interested. And then there's the pay-per-view general reading version of it as well. Okay, but what's our animal totem for our Gemini friends? The Wasp. You're going to be dealing with some pricks, man. There's some people. There's some people in situations that are, stingy, that might want to sting. That'll hurt. It might hurt to make these changes, but is it worth doing? Absolutely, yes. Look at this lineup above you. You're going to be in a much happier, much better place within 3 months, I want to say. Okay, so Wasp, fearless warrior spirit of the sky, shamanic healing and transformation, stinging and attacking and fighting the good fight. Didn't I just say something about worth fighting for? Yeah, fighting the good fight. Impassioned action makes dreams come true. So it's going to take impassioned action, which is showing down here in your very first part of your spread with the Magician. That's impassioned action too. All right, everybody. Real quick before we go, everybody's worried about these ships are on the sea. How are we going to get our Christmas, our holiday gifts and everything? Consider purchasing things from independent creators like myself. I mean, I do have like these beautiful journals that make a great gift for people. These are like $7, $7. But it's not only for me. Check on Etsy. There's all sorts of people that have handcrafted, beautiful things are for sale on Etsy. And also, even on YouTube, a lot of artists have been posting on YouTube lately, I've noticed. Instead of giving your money away to a corporation that doesn't even pay any taxes, why not support somebody in your own country or your own town or even in your own neighborhood? Go to a local crafts fair or something. There's beautiful, beautiful handmade gifts that can be purchased from local independent creators like myself. And so consider doing that for your holiday season. I also just real quick want to just bring out my book one more time. Book 2 is out. I'm so excited. If you want to read this and you don't want to purchase it, you can join the Kindle lending library. It's free. You can read it for free in the Kindle lending library. And if you want to do also, Audible has a free trial or something. You can listen to it if you want. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for all the support that you do, not only in my independent creating, but here on YouTube. Please do hit that subscribe button. That is the one of the most powerful ways that YouTube really realizes that, hey, this content is enjoyed, and then they will put it out there and spread for more people to get the message, which is ultimately the goal. Liking, sharing, commenting, all that stuff, highly appreciated. Check out the year ahead readings and check out all the other stuff that I have, the books, the decks, and the t-shirts and whatnot. And again, all the other independent creators who are out there. It's all appreciated oh so much. Remember, you're a love and beauty incarnate. We're in the eclipse season, so there's going to be some turbulence, but you're going to get through it just fine. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Patreon's coming up next.